All right, good morning. See if I can turn up my brightness here. Awesome. Never Gonna Give You Up by Ricky Astley. I'm gonna have to listen to that one. We got to pick a theme song, it sounds like, for the waiting time. Okay, awesome. Well, we're going to jump into this. Thank you for being on the call this morning. This morning, we're going to talk about the KW app. Now, keep in mind that KW right now is investing $1 million a week into technology for our people. And so from my perspective, if we're investing $52 million into our technology, number one, it says how important technology is for where our industry is going. And it shows me, it's just another indicator of how KW really understands the needs of their agents and wants to provide those internally other than having us go externally to find that technology. And the other thing that I think is really critical is if that kind of investment is being made in us, we need to make sure that we are plugging into and utilizing that technology to its fullest extent. Now, the KW app is, in my opinion, one of our best pieces of technology, and it is also extremely underused as a tool for lead generation and staying in contact with our clients. And I think part of that is we don't understand or don't have a game plan around how to use the app better with our people. So that is the topic of our conversation today, is what is the KW app? And how can we utilize it and better use it with our people and use it as a conversation piece and a lead generation tool. So I'm going to flip over here, just share my screen because we're going to go through a couple different things today. I've asked McKay Jones to be on the call this morning. He is the agent services coordinator out of our Midvale office, and he is a wizard at many things and knows the KW app very well. So McKay, feel free to chime in at any time to participate in the conversation as well.
Thanks, Marcus.
So on this sheet this sheet right here that you're seeing gives you kind of a walkthrough of how to best utilize the KW app. Now, obviously the very first thing that we have to do is be familiar with the tool and have it downloaded ourselves. And actually having it downloaded on your phone and sharing it from your phone or your iPad or your mobile device is the easiest way to share it. And I like it the best. So I'm going to show you a couple different ways. Number one, here it says we need to learn how to download it and brand it. So we're going to quickly just show you where to do that on KW Connect. If you go to, well, there's two ways. Number one is the easiest way is just go to the App Store on your phone, search KW app. It'll be there. You'll download it. And then there's a button on there that says find my, what does it say, McKay? Is it find my agent or search for my agent?
Just find agents. Yeah, they'll just search for agents. And then once you've found the correct agent, I mean, generally yourself in this case, once you click on the profile, there's a button that says make this my agent. After you do that, the whole app is branded to you.
And that is a critical piece to it. It's not enough just to download it and start playing with it. You have to brand it to you specifically, so that when you do share it with other people, they don't have to go and select you. You're sending them a unique link to you. So there is no option for them to say, oh, well, now I'm going to go choose my agent. So if Joe agent, whoever sent it to them, or if I sent it to them, they can't get it and be like, oh, thanks, Marcus, but I know this other KW agent, I'm going to brand it to them. It's already branded to me right when it gets to them, which means every time they open it up, they're going to see my beautiful picture. They're going to see my contact information. And anytime they click on a property that they're interested in, it's going to notify me and let me know that's the one. The communication is coming back to me. The other area where you can find some more information on at my KW is under technology, under my KW mobile app resources. And we're actually going to touch on a couple of resources in here, but this walks you through how to download the app as well, so you can do it on your computer. But again, the easiest way is to go to the App Store for Apple or for Android and download it directly to there. So going back to this sheet here, when we say, okay, now we have it downloaded, now it's on our phone, now we're familiar a little bit with how to use it. I'm actually going to pull it up and show you a couple things on it here in a second. But then we got to get in the habit of sharing it wherever we go. Now, I think this is what a lot of agents have done, is they quickly download it, and then maybe they do one post to social media, or they have their family members download it. But the key is we have to get into a habit of sharing this information, because the truth is generally speaking, anybody that is in the housing market, whether it's on the buy side or the list side, they're going to immediately go to their mobile devices to start searching for properties, and if they're on the list side, to get a better feel for what prices are in their neighborhood. So if they don't already have this tool and are aware of it, they're going to go somewhere else, where they're probably going to end up is like a Zillow or something like that, or a Trulia, where they're searching for that information, which is number one, it's information that we provided to them, and by the time they're getting it and reporting it, a lot of that data is antiquated and out of it's not valid data anymore. So, and that's part of our conversation we need to have with people, saying, where do you go for mobile searches? Number two, do you think it's really important to have the most up-to-date information? And do you feel like it's detrimental to be looking at yesterday's information, or do you want today's information? Awesome, we have a solution for that. And then providing them the app, and then you can just text it directly over to them and actually watch them download it, and then show them on their phone how to utilize it. So we just have to get in a habit of sharing it wherever we go. And I think it's critical that we make a habit of sharing it not only to people that are currently in the market to look, but the whole idea behind this is the more people that I can get it on their mobile devices before they start a search, the better situation I'm going to be in. So one of the scripts that I think is really relevant that we use is I actually call this the Nosy Neighbor app, because every once in a while you get that conversation of, they know you're in real estate, they're going to ask the question like, oh, did you see the Johnsons put their house on the market down the street? I wonder what they have it listed for. And then you can say, oh yeah, I'll just send you over a copy of my app right now, and it will not only show you what the Johnson's house is listed for, but it will show you everything in the neighborhood as it comes up, what it's going for. So I'm going to send that over to you right now. What's your number? And then you text it directly over to them, have them download it, and quickly show them the functionality of it on their phone. And because that's the key, is once they see how easy it is, they'll never go anywhere else. The other key that I think is really critical in the educational process on this, and this is, I use my own KW app all the time for this, because I find myself traveling in other states quite a bit, is it plugs into almost every MLS in the country. So if you have clients that you gave the app to 3 months ago and they just got a job transfer to Michigan, they can be in Michigan and pull up your app and start driving around and seeing all the properties that are available in Michigan or a certain neighborhood they like, and they can click on it and say they're interested in a property, and we'll send you a notification for a property in Michigan, so you can call and say, hey, I just got a notification that you guys are looking at properties in Michigan. Are you guys looking to move there? Awesome. Well, I'd love to get you in connection with my partner in Michigan to help you find the perfect home. Would that be okay if I made that introduction? And then you're getting paid a referral fee on that, and staying in contact and still being the primary source for that person's real estate needs. Another thing that I like is adding a link to your email signature. So a lot of times, we're sending hundreds and thousands, not hundreds of thousands, but hundreds or thousands of emails every single month between us. And we should have some kind of call to action in our emails. So it's very easy to add an email signature to your email. All of us, particularly if you're using the Google or the KW email address, we're all using a Google platform or a Gmail platform to our emails. And it's really simple to add this email signature to your email inside of Gmail. So if you go into settings on Gmail and come down to your email signature, right underneath it, you can see I dragged in this graphic here and put it in here. And this is directly from, if you go to my KW on this same page, and you say you want to download this 66-day challenge, it's going to take you to KW Connect, and it's going to give you a whole source of resources about the app. And if you get this KW, your KW Search App Toolkit. If you download this, there's this graphic and several other graphics on there for you to use. And all you do is just drag that, that image into your email, and then you click this button right here to create a link, and then just copy in the link directly from your phone app of what your unique link is. So if you look at this, let me see if I can pull it up here. You can see that my unique link is this KW60VEQW. So anytime someone gets an email from me from this email address, they can click on this link and it will immediately send them the link to download my app specific to their phone. So it's just another great way to have a call to action on there on your phone. So we downloaded it, we branded it, we're going to get in the habit of sharing it everywhere we go. We add the email signature to our email. You can share your app on social media directly from. So when you go to the share, and I'll show you again in 1 second, the share tab on your device, you can click whether you want to share it on Twitter, Facebook, etc., and you can share it directly from there. The other thing is they've already put together scripts of how to use this and give it away. Now, I know a lot of us have different scripts, but one of the scripts that I really liked that they provided is this script in yellow here. And again, this is part of that KW, your KW app toolkit that I showed you how to download it, is it will come with these scripts. The thing I really like about this is it's a great way, particularly for a cold call, for an entry, because we think, oh, I'm not going to make a cold call and say, hey, I've got a gift, I'm going to text you over something. But I like the way this script sounds. I'm taking a quick survey to find out how many people like to search homes on an app from their phone. So one, they immediately think we're just taking a survey, and how many people really will say yes, that they do like to search for homes on an app on their mobile device. 90% of people are going to say yes, like that's where I search. I'm going to go to my mobile device to search for homes. Are you someone who likes to know what's going on in the real estate market by being able to keep up on prices on your phone? And if they say yes, then you can go right into it. Great, KW has a great app. Or in a lot of our cases, I would say your specific team. So like my team name is Green Vista Group. So awesome, here at Green Vista Group, we're one of the top real estate teams in the state. And we have one of the top rated apps in the industry that gives you the most updated information. So then you go, and I'd be more than happy to tell you very quickly how to download it so you can find out what's for sale or rent and what is sold for any home on your street in the United States or Canada for that matter. So then you can quickly use this script, modify it a little bit, and then you can text it directly over to them where they're going to be like, oh yeah, do send that to me, I'll take a look at it. So I thought that was a great script that you can utilize as well to better open up that conversation. Scripting with it, the number one place I would start to utilize this is with people already in your database, because we forget that. Remember the conversation we had about connecting with our sphere of influence and getting permission from them to get into our database. Well, once they've given us permission to put them in our database, we have an obligation and a responsibility to keep layering value to them, or we're constantly at risk of losing them out of our database. And so this is a great opportunity, if we haven't had the conversation already, to add another layer of value. And following up with our people, it gives us something to call and talk about, to say, hey, I'm just following up with you. And as I looked through my notes in our conversations, I've realized that I've done you a disservice. I haven't introduced you to my top-rated, award-winning phone app that you can use to stay up to date on information in your neighborhood. Can I tell you a little bit about that right now? And so then it gives you a great one. Number one, it gives you a reason to have the conversation with your people. Number two, it's now you're going to have another layer of value in them, and you're going to send it to them. One of the ways, if you have not been doing this in the past, I think it would be really cool if you ran a contest for your people and say, hey, and one of my personal goals this month is to get this in the hands of as many people as I can inside of my tribe or my sphere of influence. And I'm actually running a contest right now that every single person that downloads my app, and that you can either do it off who downloads it, or you can say, and actually pulls up a home in their neighborhood and clicks that they want to have a conversation around that property. Now, it doesn't mean you're looking to move or sell. It's just part of getting in the contest. If you click on it, it will send me information that you're looking at a home. I'm going to enter you into a drawing to win a gift certificate to this restaurant or whatever it is. That way it's creates this contest and it gets people excited to engage. And once they do it once, they'll use it all the time. And that's what I found is that the people, the end user, your clients, the ones that actually use it once, then continue to use it. The ones that download it or get sent the app that never get a further explanation or a little bit of instruction on how to use it and see how easy it is to use, just revert back to what they've used in the past. So it's critical to have that next piece of the conversation. So real quickly, let me see if I can plug into the app here real quick, and then I'm going to talk about another opportunity to share this. So let me see here. McKay, have I missed anything that you think is important so far?
No, although I did just notice, I really liked when you were on KW Connect, there was one that said leveraging your app through email. And so that's the really nice thing is even if in this 30 minutes we don't feel like we go over everything, KW Connect has videos that with really high producing agents who have used the email campaign really well. So I liked that and would be interested to go back and see that.
Oh, great point. It's interesting on KW Connect. There's so much information on the KW app. The other thing that I think is really interesting is the reports that show who is utilizing the app at the highest level are our top producing agents. And that is, it's silly for us to say, oh, I'm just going to ignore this and not use it when the top agents in our country are continually turning deals off of this specific tool. So if you pull up the KW app, you can see the app on the shared screen. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So the thing I love about this, you saw as it pulled up, it had my picture, my contact information. My favorite way to use this tool is the Nearby Homes button. So if you click the Nearby Homes, it's going to pull up everything around you that is currently for sale. And so I use this all the time as I'm driving through different streets or wherever I'm at, where I can pull this up and look at it. Now, the other thing I really like is, particularly in Utah, you can have within a couple miles, you can have really nice houses next to cheaper houses, and so it gives you the ability to say, hey, you know what? I want to draw in the specific area I'm looking at by clicking the map draw function up in the top right hand corner. You click that, and I can quickly say, hey, I'm interested in everything in this area west of the freeway that I want to see. So it just pulls everything in that circle for me to look at. So there's some great functionality there. The other thing that I like is you can look for homes for rent. In Utah, this isn't as great of a function as other states because we don't run our rentals through the MLS, so it's harder to have there. But in other states, if they're moving there, it works well. You can do advanced search where you can be more specific on saying, hey, I want everything in this city or under this price or whatever that looks like. But realistically, the way most people are going to use this is they're driving around, pulling up the map function, looking at what's there. And the cool thing is they can get all the information they want on the home there and look at all the pictures specific to that house that are posted on the MLS, and they can look through it directly from there. The other thing that I'll touch on real quick is you can contact the agent. So if you click contact, it's going to pull up your contact information. And it's going to give them several different ways to reach you, whether it's call, email, or text, but again, no matter who the listing it is, it's all going to come back to you. Open houses, it can show you if the open houses are shown through logged in and registered through the MLS. It'll show them what open houses are available. And then again, the opportunity to share that app is if I was in a conversation right here with McKay and saying, hey, McKay, I'm going to send you over my app right now. I could really easy just say, I'm going to text it over to him, and it's going to pull up my texting app and give them the link. And you can see it's specific to me that I won't have to tell McKay, hey, once you get the app, you have to go in and choose me as your agent. I'm sending him the specific link to me. So there's just a really simple functionality and a great tool for them to use. And the key is that it's you. They're going to see it as value coming from you. Anything else in here, McKay, that you think is really critical to touch on in this conversation?
Well, I think just to take a step back, you'll see if we look right where it says contact agent, if the app is not already branded to you, that's where it's going to say search for an agent. That box right there is going to say search for an agent. That's where you type in your name and then hit make this my agent. So Because
Awesome.
Marcus has already branded it, that changes to contact agent.
Awesome. And to me, that is the critical piece of making sure that your people are getting the link from you instead of you saying, hey, just go download the KW app from the App Store, because they're going to get the KW branded one where they're going to have to select an agent, and where we're in the most competitive market that Utah's ever seen, there's a chance they know another KW agent. And so it's really critical that you are sending the link and saying, hey, let's download this right now. It takes 3 minutes, and I'd love to show you how I use it. Which brings up one more, I think, really critical point is if you have members on your team, they should have your app on their phone with your branding. So when they're sending it out to people they're having conversations with at an open house or something like that, they're getting your branded app and not the agent on your team's branded app. The other comment I'd make with that is your spouse and family members and your parents and anybody that is your number one fan should not only have the app on their phone, but they should know how to give it away. So if your spouse is hanging out with some of their friends and they're talking about real estate and what's going on in the neighborhood, and you don't happen to be there to chime in and say, hey, I'm the real estate pro, your spouse should be able to say, hey, you guys, you know what? You can keep track of what's going on in the neighborhood. My husband or my wife has this app. Let me send it over to you, and you can keep track of everything that's going on in the neighborhood. And they can share the app directly from their phone for you. And so leverage that piece of it where other people are sharing it on your behalf. If you've got people on your team, maybe run a contest to see who on your team can give away the most apps in a single month. But I think there's a lot of opportunity there to set the standard or educate on how to give that away. Okay, let me show you one other thing that I think is really critical in making this a complete tool for yourself. I don't know how many people that are watching this have a subscription to KW Video. Well, KW Video has a lot of very cool tools on it, but something that most people don't realize is there's a free version of KW Video where they offer a certain number of videos for free to all KW agents. And there is a specific video about the KW app that is for free that I think is really critical for agents to be utilizing. So if you go to KW Video and click on the Browse Videos, you can scroll down and it will show you the free section. So you can see I'm not sharing right now, am I? Let me share my screen so you can see what I'm talking about instead of me just talking about it. So if you go to the KW Video page, click on Browse Videos, you scroll down until you see this free section right here. And if you click on, here's the very first one is the My KW app. If you click on that, and the best way to do this actually is from your phone because it's the easiest way to create the video. So you actually would go to the App Store, download KW Video as a separate app, and then from there browse and scroll down to the KW app video. But just real quickly, I mean, if you watch this video,
We don't have sound, Marcus.
oh, no sound? McKay,
No.
is there no sound?
Yeah, no sound.
Oh, well, it sounds beautiful on my side.
I'll bet it does.
So what I'll do is I'll send out the link to this so you guys can watch it as well. But it's, as you saw the agent at the very beginning, that would be you talking about the app, and then the whole video is a voiceover, and it's your voice laid over the video of what the app is all about. And this is a great way to send out the information around the app to your people as well. And then you save this link, and then you can embed it into an email. You can use this to send over to people to let them know more about it. Or you can have a link of this on your website to say, hey, if you want to learn more about my app, and then and we're going to talk about the Playster website next week. McKay is actually going to lead that discussion for us next week about the Playster website and what it looks like and how to better utilize it. You can actually add a tab onto your Playster website in regards to your KW app. You can embed the video of you talking about the app and have the link directly right there for them to download the app from your website. So that will be part of our conversation next week. But I would absolutely encourage you to utilize this video as well, because I think it's a great way just to not only make you look really professional, that you have this whole thing put together with your voiceover and you talking about the app and it's your app, not something that you're just saying, oh, this was actually given to me, now I'm passing it on, but it's going to look like your tool. So the trick with this, and something we've talked about in a lot of our conversations, is how critical it is for us to shift from the mindset of I'm a real estate agent to I'm a real estate business, and to have a clear game plan around a system, how to fully maximize the tools that are available to us. Because the thing I don't want to see you do is to say, oh, this is really cool, I'm going to utilize it, make a quick rush at it for the next week or so until the next shiny object comes up, or next week when we talk about something else and that becomes your focus. The trick is to approach every tool that we have to offer to say, okay, awesome, I see the value of this tool. Now, how do I create a system around it that it carries itself? So here, the system with this is to say, number one, do I have the app downloaded and ready to go? Do all the critical people in my world have access to the app and know how to give it away, whether they're on my team or they're my allied resources? Do they know how to give it away? Do they know the conversations around it? Do I have the opportunity for them to click on a link on every one of my emails, or a drip campaign put together around it so that there's another automatic source for people to find this? Am I going to run a contest to see who can download it the most, to really do a hard push on it up front and then maintain it? Do I know what my scripts are? So just asking some questions like, how do I create a system around this to where this is a tool that's working for me and not something that I continually have to push and hope works, but let the tool work for you? But to me, this is one of our most valuable tech tools that, again, our agents are not plugging into at a high level right now. So that wraps up our conversation in regards to the KW app. Are there any questions in regards to this app? Awesome. So if there's no questions, we're gonna wrap up here. Again, next week our conversation is on the Playster website and how to better utilize that tool. And again, that's just another leveraged piece of technology that once we know that it's there, what it looks like, how it operates, and we create a system around it to where we know that it's a leveraged piece for what we do, that it's going to be working whether we're working or not. Same thing with the KW app. Is I can be on vacation with my family, but the app can still be working for me with my people if I have it in enough people's pockets as they're driving around, that they're still utilizing my services, whether I'm in the office or not. Okay, appreciate you guys being on the call. McKay, anything else that you want to add in regards to the KW app?
Yeah, just one last thing. I mean, you talked about at the very beginning how much money KW is putting into the apps, and you and I have had some discussions about Kelly and maybe some improvements. But having gone through the KW app, I am hard pressed to imagine how they could make this any easier to share and easier to use as just a Joe Schmo on the street. It is incredibly simple, and so you can share with confidence.
Awesome. Love that. I think that's critical, particularly where it may be new to someone, is they have some hesitancy with it. So I think that's a great point, that there's a lot of confidence behind sharing this and the simplicity of it. There's really no excuse not to put this in your arsenal and use it as an agent. Okay, awesome. Thank you guys for being on. I'm continually impressed with the level of talent that I get to be in business with. So thank you for being part of my world and allowing me to be a part of yours. Hope you guys make it a great week, and then we'll talk to you next week. Thanks so much.